How do you actually make a successful video on YouTube? Not the overcomplicated guru way, but the actual way that works. The truth is, those who are teaching this stuff don't want you to actually figure it out. They make it sound so complex so that you keep watching them instead of actually starting your channel and building it. Today, I'm going to change that for you, and I'm going to simplify the process. There's 4 steps every successful video must nail. And if you can nail these 4 steps, your channel will grow no matter the niche, no matter the size. And if you're someone who's working full time right now, trying to make YouTube work on the limited time you have, this video is for you. While I was working full time on my first channel, I was able to get monetized in just 2 months, with my 6th video hitting just shy of 500K and my 10th video hitting shy of just 300K. My name is Mike, and I learned YouTube from some of the best in the game, from people who actually make videos blow up and not just talk about it. So I want to explain step 1 right away, but before I do, I want to lay a quick foundation so that you better understand step 1 when I get to it. I want you to think of YouTube as a marketplace, but more specifically, an attention marketplace. Now, I want you to remember this phrase, attention marketplace, because it is important. And I also want to give credit to where credit is due. Shout out to Wono on Twitter. He pretty much shined the light on this concept for me. And when I was new, I read it and I was blown away how simplified all this YouTube stuff became. So we as content creators are providing YouTube with content. We are the supply. The viewers who come to YouTube to watch videos are the demand. Now you might be wondering, well, Mike, that's a good thing because there's a lot more viewers on YouTube than there are people creating content. While that is true, but what you also have to understand is the majority of people who watch videos on YouTube, they usually go to the top of the top creators, okay? The majority, the overwhelming majority, watch only the top of the top creators. What does that mean? Well, that means that a large portion of the views that you believe is there essentially isn't as high as you might think, okay? But when you post a video on YouTube, essentially it's gonna go to the home screen, okay? For other people to watch it. What's also gonna be on that home screen is other people who also just post a video. Their videos are also gonna head to the home screen. So what that means is that there's gonna be competition, okay? That's gonna lead me to step 1. People on YouTube are not gonna watch 2 videos at once, okay? They're gonna click on the video that best catches their attention, okay? So step 1 to every successful video is you need to catch attention. This portion of your video is specifically related to your title and thumbnail. I'm sure you already know how important that is, but essentially, if you cannot catch someone's attention, every hard work you put into that video editing it is pretty much for nothing. You have to remember, on YouTube, attention is valuable because the overwhelming majority of the views are going to the top of the top creators. Now, I want to explain to you the free way I used on my first channel that helped me get title ideas, thumbnail ideas, absolutely for free. And then after, I'll give you guys some paid examples that I still use. And again, I'm not sponsored by anything, but it's just for those who are interested in that, I'll also give you a little sauce in that too. When it comes to the free method, what you need to do is you need to go on YouTube, the desktop version, create a new profile, but create what's called a branded channel, okay? If you need to learn how to do that, just go to another YouTube video after this, create a branded channel, and you can just search how to do it. It's super simple, but it's called a branded channel. You don't need to create a new email address or anything. You'll just create like a new username, but it'll be a brand new authentic YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel, what you're gonna do is you're only going to watch content related to your niche. Only watch that content. And you're also gonna subscribe to the top creators in that niche as well, okay? Do not watch videos that are unrelated to your niche. So once you do that, your browsing feed is going to be populated with videos that are only related to your niche, as well as you're going to have people you're subscribed to now. There's 2 things you can do. You can browse your home screen, your feed, and you're going to look for what's called outlier videos. Okay, an outlier video is a video that has more views than the average. Okay, so average is going to be different for each niche. So you have to kind of do a little homework to see what is the average amount of views your niche gets, because it's different for each niche. So find out the average of each niche and look for videos that have more than that. Maybe you can even do 20,000 more views in that. Okay, you can go larger, 100,000 more views in that. Look for those outlier videos because there's treasure there. There's a reason people clicked on that video more than average. Okay, you need to study the title, study the thumbnail. Does a title create like more curiosity when you read it? Does it kind of catch your attention? Does it make you curious as to what's going to happen in the video? Or is it the thumbnail? Is it the graphics on the thumbnail, the colors that they use? Or it can also honestly be the topic of the video. You're going to have to know a little bit about your niche to kind of get the full picture. But once you start doing this for a day or two, you're going to start finding videos like, okay, you know what, like this is a good video. You don't have to copy the topic of the video. You can have a whole entirely different topic in that niche, right? And you can use that title that outlier video had and just apply it to your topic. Or same with the thumbnail. Use the same thumbnail, just apply it and modify it to fit the topic of your video. And you can also copy that topic of the video, but just make sure you obviously change it to something that teach it your way or explain it in your way. Don't copyright people. You never want to do that. It's inauthentic. Be your own person, create your own stuff. Now, the second thing you can also do related to the outlier video is those subscribed channels that you subscribe to, go to their profiles, see how many average views they get, check their stuff, and then go to their most popular views. See why the popular views got more views than their average views, okay? Look at the titles, look at the thumbnails, look at the topic, okay? You have to study this stuff. And there's no shame in using a title that someone else used and just modifying it to fit your topic of your video. For example, let's say someone made a trending video on like, this is how you make the best sushi in the world, right? And let's say you're baking a cake. You can say, this is how you make the best cake in the world, right? You're using the same format, but you're just changing it to apply to your topic of your video. You want to do this, guys, because there's a reason people clicked on it. You just got to figure it out. Just, use your brain juice. Okay, what is it about this video? Is it the thumbnail, title, is it the topic? And once you start studying, you'll start being like, okay, no, like this title really captured my attention, or this thumbnail. It can be a combination, okay? Start doing that. That is the free method. It'll never go out of style because there's always new content uploaded. It's absolutely free and it's unlimited, and you'll just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. So now, if you have a little money that you want to spend, you can go to these websites that I typically use. First, I use vidIQ. vidIQ, I use it for their keyword research. And granted, there's probably more things I can do on it, but right now I mainly use it for its keyword research. So what that is I can go on vidIQ.com. I can look up a keyword. Let's say I have a basketball channel and I look up Kobe Bryant, right? On that keyword research. It's going to show me how many times this month people have looked up the term Kobe Bryant on YouTube. How many times people have searched in the search bar for Kobe Bryant. It's going to show 50,000 times, right? That's going to give you an indicator how popular of a topic that is. And it's also going to populate related terms. It's going to, like LeBron's going to come up, Stephen Curry, blah, 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 all these related terms. And it's going to show you how many times people are searching for that. And that's going to give you keys or cues that be like, oh, wow, this is a trending thing. Like people are really curious about this topic right now. So maybe if I make this video and include that in my title, you're going to get views on it because people are searching for that content. I also use what's called oneof10.com. I use that for like title, thumbnail ideas. It's great. You can look up a video on kind of how they do their stuff, but that saves me time. Essentially is the paid method, the free method I just gave you. It simplifies it, saves time, but that's what I use. There's nothing wrong with the free method, okay? I literally have used it and I still use it when I'm lazy. But One of10 and vidIQ, I'm not sponsored by them, but I do use them. So if you do have a little money you want to spend, you can use that to help you with your title and your thumbnail ideas. We're moving on to step 2, but remember, step 1 is you need to catch attention. Now, step 2 is you need to hook attention. Now that the viewer has clicked on your video because you caught their attention, now you have to hook their attention, okay? This portion of your video is related to your intro. The reason this portion of your video is equally important is because once someone clicks on your video because you caught their attention, they will leave immediately if they feel like their attention is being wasted. I promise you, they feel like their attention is being wasted, they're going to leave. Now, this topic can honestly be its own video, just like step 1, but I want to leave you with some valuable tips. Now, I want you to remember this very important rule about your intro. Do not ever forget this. I want 80% all the hard work when it comes to editing to be put into your intro, okay? 20% can be in the rest of the video. Now, I'm not saying do not care about the rest of the video. No, I'm going to get to that shortly. But if you're going to choose to be lazy at any part of your editing process, do not choose the intro. Now, there's something equally important that I also want you to know, and that's viewer gratification. Essentially what that is, the first 5 seconds when someone clicks on your video, you need to confirm to them that they clicked on the right video and that their time and attention is not being wasted. Okay. For example, let's say you had a title of your video and it was called, "This was the best sushi spot in California." Right? And let's say it's like a vlogging style video. This is the best sushi spot in California. And on the thumbnail, it was like you like going crazy over like a bite of sushi, right? Let's just a rough draft, okay? When people click on your video, do not show them some epic go-kart ride starting off, right? You're not going to start your video and be like even if it's epic, like you're on this crazy cool go-kart race and you're having a great time, it's cool edited, the music is cool, it could even be like a fire intro, right? But the people who clicked on your video to see that sushi are gonna immediately, a majority of them, an overwhelming majority of them are gonna click off because they didn't really come to your video to see that, okay? A significantly better thing to do would be starting your video with, let's say, you taking that bite. The first thing, boom, they click on it, you're taking a bite of the sushi and you're like, wow, this is the best sushi ever, and you're like going crazy about it, right? That would tell the viewer, okay, I clicked on the right video, I'm not being clickbaited, and my time is not being wasted. That's just like a simple way to understand it, okay? You can also mention the title in the first 5 seconds. Things like this help confirm to the viewer that their time isn't being wasted. Okay, they're not being clickbaited. You also want to keep your intro nice and tight. That's what I kind of say. Keep it nice and tight. About 50 seconds or so. Each niche is somewhat different, but a good rule of thumb is keep it nice and tight. All right, 50 seconds. It can be a little bit more, it can be a little bit less, but keep it around 50 seconds. Okay, you don't want to do too much. And plus, remember, I want you to make your intro super captivating. The way I want this intro to be, do you remember those like old 90s shows or cartoons or movies where a kid is sitting in the middle of the living room and then he's sitting right in front of the TV and the camera is on his face, and like off of his face you can see like the lights flickering because the scenes are changing and the kid is just like stuck on the TV and he's just like watching some awesome like action figure commercial or something. It's just it has him stuck, right? That's how I want your intros to essentially be, right? Scene changes, camera angle changes, pop-ups, good music that represents what you're talking about. Get the people hooked, okay? Don't make your intro boring. Do not make it boring. There are some niches that can get away with it. You know, you have to kind of see what people are doing in your niche. Majority of the time, you need to make it very interesting. For example, let's say I'm learning how to change spark plugs in a car. I don't need an epic intro. I want to get right to it. Like I don't care about the animations or something. As soon as I click on that video, I want to know, okay, this is how you guys are going to change the spark plugs in this kind of car. Okay, but majority of you aren't making those kind of videos. So make your intros very interesting. Okay. Lastly, I want you to also kind of explain what is going to be in your video without spoiling it. Okay, you're going to just talk about what you're going to talk about in this video, what's going to be in the video, but you don't want to like give away the best parts because essentially people have no other reason to watch. You want to create that curiosity in your intro. Again, guys, this can be its own video. I'm trying to make it as short as possible to not bore some of you guys, but I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to say. And if you want me to make a dedicated video on this, I will, but I'm going to move on just to kind of keep the momentum going. Okay. So step 1 is catch attention. Step 2 is you need to hook attention. Step 3 is you need to retain attention. This is the portion after your intro. Now, if you manage to catch someone's attention and you manage to hook someone's attention, that is an amazing accomplishment, and you need to acknowledge that and be proud of that because it is not easy and a lot of people can't do it. And honestly, that alone will make your channel grow. Okay, it will. Your channel will grow if you're able to catch attention and hook attention. It will grow. But if you are able to retain attention, it can literally make your channel explode. This part to me is honestly the most difficult in my personal journey. It took me a long time to get decent at it, and I'm still trying to get better at it. This channel is not really that kind of style, but it is something that my first channel that I struggled with and probably will still struggle with today. Okay. But anyways, here's a couple things you can do to help retain attention on your videos. Once your intro ends, I want you to get right into something interesting. Okay. Your intro is hype. Okay. That's how I want you to think about it. Your intro is hype. I want the portion right after the intro to be interesting. Do not go from hype to boring. Be careful on how you try to build the story. You have to get into the practice of telling a story, not the way you want to tell it necessarily, but the way people want to hear it. People don't want to go from a hype to boring. It's just a lot of I want you to remember, people are waiting and looking for a reason to click off videos. Okay. Their cursor on their mouse is hovering over a button that's going to get them off of your video. So go to something interesting. And this takes practice because a lot of this is dependent on storytelling, which of course can be its own video, but get in the practice of trying to learn how to tell a story right after your intro and keeping it interesting. Don't go from boring and like, okay, I'm going to build this up and, then I'm going to hit them with the haymaker, the meat and potatoes. No, sometimes you got to just start with the meat and potatoes and get good, and then go from interesting to great, right? Don't go from boring to great, go from interesting to great. And it's going to take practice. One example I can give you is I was watching a Mr. Beast video, and you guys can go look this up yourself. Look at that video that he's like building houses in other countries. I had to watch it, like the intro portion. I had to watch that like 3 or 4 times. The portion of the intro, or we can say the hook attention to the retain attention portion, it took me like 4 times to figure out when the intro ends. I was like, dude, this is so good. And it's because he doesn't do a bunch of cinematic things in between the intro and right after the intro. There's not anything that slows down the momentum. It's just hype and it goes to interesting, and it's just one fluid thing. And I'm like, that is perfect because it just keeps you going. It doesn't slow. You don't want people to lose momentum and interest in your video. Think momentum, keep the momentum going. And that's literally what all these top creators are doing. Don't slow down. Don't have a great intro and then slow down, get boring. Intro, epic, hype, right after the intro, interesting. Just keep it going. Keep that momentum going. And if that cuts out I don't know, like if you're like, man, I can't figure out a way to like tell this part of the story without it being slow. Yeah, storytelling sucks. You have to sometimes cut out a portion. Make it like, instead of expanding so much on it, you have to just cut it out. Cut out a big portion. Learn how to tell the story, how they want to hear it, not how you want to tell it. Okay. So let's move on to the last step. And this is the funnest step for creators, in my opinion. Let me first go over what the steps were before. You got catch attention, hook attention, retain attention, and then the fourth and final step, and really the most important step in a way, is you need to convert attention. All this simply means is to have the attention that is on your video, like your video, subscribe to your channel, click on an affiliate link, click on a course link, whatever the case is. You want to convert attention. Now, this portion of your video doesn't necessarily have to be at the beginning. It doesn't even have to be at the end. It really depends on what you're trying to do. But here are a couple tips you can use to improve converting attention. Make sure if you are a small channel that you do not bombard people with liking your channel or liking your video and subscribing to your channel, especially in the beginning, right? During your intro. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. Honestly, a majority aren't going to do it anyways. And it's slowing down the momentum. Okay. Your intro is hype. Okay. Don't slow it down. I promise you, if you are able to keep people for like 4 to 5 minutes, if you're going to ask people to like and subscribe to your video, I promise you, if you're able to keep them for a couple minutes, do it at the 4 or 5 minute mark. That is better than doing it in the intro. Okay. If you have to stop for a second, hey, by the way, if you got this far, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because once people are that far in your video, they're less likely to leave your video for a small pause like that. Okay. When they're 50 seconds in, and you stop their momentum, you stop their attention like that, they're going to leave. Okay. They're going to leave. Also, be careful on coming off as like a salesy type of person or desperate. People catch on to that and you're going to lose trust. You're going to honestly become annoying. I mean, we've all come across channels who's it's like I hate the way you try to convert me to liking your video or subscribing to your channel. It's just annoying every time. I've come across several channels. So just be careful, guys, on not coming across as an annoying person or untrustworthy, because people will catch on to that and people will not want to like your video. They won't want to subscribe. They won't want to click on your stuff, whatever it is. They won't be interested because they don't trust you and you're annoying. Don't give people the impression that you only want them to like and subscribe your video. That's all you care about. No, you should care about providing value or entertainment, whatever your kind of video is, value or entertainment to people, because that's when people will subscribe and like your video. They will do all these things automatically when they start liking you and they start realizing, wow, this person is not wasting my time. Okay, so step 1 is catch attention. Step 2 is you need to hook attention. Step 3 is you need to retain attention. And step 4 is you need to convert attention. The purpose of this video is so that you can understand the process of making a successful video and that you won't leave this video more confused than before you came. These 4 steps is how I want you to think of every video you make. I promise you, it simplifies it all. It really does. When I started doing this, I was like, wow, this makes perfect sense. I don't need to overcomplicate this video process. It makes sense. I need to catch people's attention. Then I need to hook it. Then I need to retain their attention. And then I need to convert it. It's so simple. It's less stressful. And I think you will enjoy making videos more when all that overcomplicated goo crap is pretty much minimized. So I hope you guys remember this. Write this down in your notepad on your phone, whatever you got to do, but remember it, okay? And guys, trust me, if I can do this, you can too. My first channel, I was working like 52 hours a week and I was able to get monetized on my 6th video. And honestly, I didn't even think it was that impressive. I was like, oh wow, like I got monetized, until I started seeing a lot of people not having that same experience. And then I kept building my channel. I probably worked on it for like 6 months. I started realizing that other people weren't having that experience, and a lot of things that I paid for and learned, they didn't have access to this information, and people were just watching all these YouTube gurus on YouTube and just wasting their time. I've watched so many videos myself and I'm like, why is it that I always leave the video feeling like I just wasted my time? Like it doesn't really help me. This is encouragement to all the 9-to-5ers out there. Believe me, you can do it. It's doable. I did it. I promise you can do it as well. And I want to leave you with one last valuable tip. If you are working full-time right now or you have limited time, consider getting a video editor. Okay, now I want to make a separate video on this topic because there's not much information or useful information on how to find a good video editor that is affordable. Believe me, they are affordable. The more time you can save on YouTube, the better your mental health will be in this process. Okay, you want to do things that it's going to be sustainable in this process, because when you have limited time, video editing is one of the most tedious, time-consuming tasks that you can ever do. And if you can just eliminate that, that is gonna improve your mental health tremendously. But I really do hope you got value from this video. And if you did, can you just let me know in the comments? I would really appreciate hearing back from you guys and engaging with you guys. And if there's something you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. I got some fire videos coming out for you guys, and just want to leave with you guys this: you can do it. I believe in you. And much love, God bless, and take care of yourselves, and see you on the next one. Peace.